Hello, and welcome to another edition of LEA's Our Voice, a podcast designed to keep our person-served parents and guardians and friends in the know. I'm your host, Mike Leon, and as always, we welcome you to this podcast and also welcome your comments on this podcast or anything you'd like us to talk about in the future. Send those comments to podcasts@le-academy.org. On today's edition of LEA's Our Voice, we're going to explore the world of culinary arts at LEA New Haven. Culinary arts has been a very big part of the LEA curriculum for years. It gives our individuals a chance to learn how to prepare and serve simple meals, which is so important to their independence and self-sufficiency. So we welcome your comments on this tasty edition of LEA's Our Voice. I'd like to welcome two of LEA New Haven's finest culinary proteges, Brianna Hanley and Christina DeMiglio. Welcome, girls. Good morning.
Good morning.
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 And also, last but not least, our culinary arts session coordinator, Marianne Malzahn, also case coordinator here at LEA New Haven. Hello all, and welcome to Our Voice.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. How have you been?
Good, very good, thank you.
Today's culinary delight is tuna noodle casserole, or as you're putting a new twist on it, it's what kind?
Cheesy tuna noodle casserole.
I lived on tuna noodle casserole at Eastern Michigan when I was in college. I'm sure this is going to be much better than what I was served in the dormitory.
Probably.
Can you tell us about today's dish?
Yes, so I have labeled it as a cheesy noodle casserole. So obviously our ingredients are going to be egg noodles, wide. Then we're going to need, for the topping at the end, we'll need a bag of potato chips. It doesn't have to be rippled. It can be just regular potato chips. And then a big can of cream of mushroom soup. And then you'll need 2 bags of the mild cheddar cheese. You can, if you want, you can substitute any kind of cheese. I just prefer the mild cheddar. If you don't want to use the cheese in the bag, you rather use it on the block, then you could get block cheese and shred it yourself. And then 2 cans of, I use the albacore tuna. You'll need 2 cans of that. And then sour cream. Sour cream can be optional. You do not have to put it in the tuna noodle casserole. But if you would like a richer tuna noodle casserole, I suggest some sour cream. You don't have to use the whole container. And then milk, and then peas. I prefer using frozen peas. So, and then the prep time is very simple. Basically, throw all these ingredients together. Prep time would probably be 25 minutes. And then you probably bake it in the oven on 350 for about 45 minutes until you see it, the chips getting golden brown.
And the cheese is all melted.
Yeah,
I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little of this recipe? Is this like handed down? You've been making this for quite a while?
Yeah, before I was married and I was with my boyfriend at the time, his mom would make tuna noodle casserole, and I loved it. And we would beg her to make it. And then sometimes she would substitute tuna with ham. But you could probably substitute any kind of meat, really, in a casserole. You could do turkey, a ham, anything your heart desires, I guess.
Well, that sounds like a great twist. Brianna, Christina, how long have you been in culinary arts?
5 years.
5 years.
And you enjoy cooking class every time you have it?
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
What do you like most about it?
Cooking.
Cooking.
But what else do you do in class? And we're going to do it today as well.
Set tables.
Yeah.
Set tables.
Got to know how to set a table properly.
Yeah.
Now, you had also said that you help out at home with making salads. You also learn how to do salads here?
Yeah.
And what do you girls do as far as the salads are concerned? What have you been helping Marianne do with salads?
Banana lettuce.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's vegetables involved too?
Yes.
And what do you do with what kind of vegetables?
Carrots, celery, onions.
Tomatoes.
And tomatoes?
Yeah.
You like cutting up onions?
Yes.
It makes you cry.
They
Yes.
make you cry. Oh, my goodness. So how about setting a table while the food is cooking? Brianna, Christina, could you set that table for us? I'll get out of your way here.
Got it.
Good job, Brianna.
Nice job.
Yep.
Fork on the left, spoon and knife on the right. Okay, you're doing an excellent job there, Christina.
There.
Good job, Christina.
Now, the way you add sour cream to this dish, plus the cheese, that sounds like a really, really hearty recipe.
Yes, it's very rich. Like I said, if you do not want to add the sour cream, you don't have to. It's really good without the sour cream as well.
How did the individuals in this class like eating it?
Oh, they loved it. It was one of their favorite dishes. Yes, we would make it probably every couple of weeks. Yeah, we make it probably every couple of weeks because they loved it. They would ask for it, so it was great. And like I said, what we do is normally we would have the calendar will say what the meal or the lunch menu is for the day. And what we do is we take our consumers out to like Meijer's or Kroger's, and they gather up all their supplies. And they come back and we do prep work. And they help me prep the meal. And they all set a table and they're all busy doing different tasks.
As it should be, because that's how they learn.
Yes.
This whole environment here is a spotless kitchen, which is beautiful. What are some of the other favorite recipes here in this culinary arts class that are made?
Well, they like to do lots of salads, chicken salad, they like that. They love chicken noodle, or not chicken noodle, chicken Alfredo. They love that. Spaghetti, you guys love spaghetti, right?
Yes.
Hamburgers, hot dogs.
In the summertime, do you
Yeah.
barbecue them?
Oh, yeah, we have a grill, yep, and then we do that as well, yep.
Well, I'll tell
It's
you
really
what,
good.
now through the magic of pre-cooking, because that's how they do it on cooking shows and time constraints, we give you Mary Ann's cheesy tuna noodle casserole. I'm going to get out of the way.
Okay, so obviously the first thing we want to do is, girls, what do we normally do before we prep a meal?
Wash your hands.
Very good, we wash our hands. So I've already prepped our noodles over here, and yes, girls, go ahead and wash your hands. So I've already prepped the noodles over here, so to save time. And once they're done, we will put the main ingredients into the bowl. Very good, girls. So Brianna, if you want to come over here, sweetie. So it doesn't matter what way you put these ingredients in because it's all going to go together anyway. So do you want to put that can of cream of mushroom soup into the bowl? And you might have to use the spoon to get it all out. And we'll save that can because we're going to add milk to the recipe as well.
Even richer.
Yes, yes. And like I said, if you don't want to use sour cream, you do not have to. All right, good job. So, Brianna, after you do that,
Yeah.
then you can fill the, I use the can, you can fill the can with milk, about, I would say halfway. That's good. And then go ahead and dump it in. All right, good girl. So we are done with the milk.
Yep, we are. We're done with this. Yeah.
Okay, and we are done with that, so you can throw that away.
Yeah.
Christina, how about we add the tuna in? Now, with the tuna, you would probably want to take a fork and go ahead and break that up so there's not huge chunks in the casserole.
Kind of flake it.
Yep, flake it up real good, which
Okay.
we've already done. So Christina, go ahead and put that whole can of tuna in. And we can add to I mean, if you don't want to add 2, you don't have to add 2. I do to get more of the flavor. This here will make a pretty big batch, so this would be a good, I mean, you would probably have leftovers for the next day,
Got it.
depending on how many family members you have.
Yeah, she did it.
Yeah, good girl. So we're going to do the other can as well. Good job, Chrissy. Good job, Chrissy.
There. The tuna out.
You girls have done this before.
Yes.
Yes,
She did it.
these 2 girls are very good helpers. They volunteer
Yep.
all the time. If I need something done, they're there. They're right behind me. Okay, so Chrissy, do you want to add a bag of cheese into there? Just dump the whole bag in there.
There.
Good girl. And Brianna, you can do the same.
Okay.
Good girl. So this is cheesy. This is going to be very cheesy. If you love cheese, you'll love this recipe. All right, so now the sour cream. Christina, do you want to put like at least half of this in? Okay, go ahead. That a girl. You can lift it with your other hand over the bowl if you like. That a girl. And keep going. Good job. And again, you don't have to use sour cream.
Is that half?
Let's see.
Go big or
Chrissy.
go home, I say.
Yeah. Yep, pretty good. Yep.
Yay.
A little more. Okay, we're good with that.
There.
Okay, so the next step would be put the peas in. Brianna, would you like to do the honors?
Now, how many of those peas do you use?
I use a whole bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I use a whole
Beautiful.
bag. And again, you do not have to use peas.
Okay.
You can switch up this recipe any way you'd like.
Here, got it.
So the biggest thing right now is kind of
Mixing it.
mixing it up. So if you girls want to take turns mixing it up a little bit, it's going to be thick. And then when we add the noodles in, that'll be even thicker. Okay, so I'll have you guys take turns. Then, like I said, I already have the noodles pre-cooked because the noodles will take you the longest probably in this recipe.
Okay.
Yeah, just little spoonfuls at a time, honey, if you need to. Good job. And you're just mixing this really well so it's all nice and blended very well. And you can put salt and pepper to taste if you like it right in there. You don't have to. Some recipes call for minced onion for more flavor. You could do that as well. Yep.
There.
Okay. So while you guys are stirring, I'm going to get the noodles because the noodles are all ready. Straining the noodles. Strain them really good. Okay, I'm going to bring it over.
Here, we mixed it.
Okay. All right, good job,
it
girls.
good.
So since it's hot, I'm going to put the noodles in for you guys, okay?
Okay.
And like so, and it does make,
Oh.
you don't necessarily have to use the whole container of noodles.
You can feed a small army with that.
Yes, like the recipe is really
Or just Derek Harwood.
big. Yeah, so obviously this is the casserole dish that we're going to put it in, and obviously it's not going to be big enough.
Okay.
But girls, go ahead, and we are just going to mix all that in.
That was
Here, I'll move this and move this a little closer for you guys. And this is probably the hardest part of it is
Yeah.
mixing it all because
Right.
it is. Probably should have used a bigger bowl, but that's okay. I mean, if you have to, you can mix it in here with the casserole as well if you need to be more mixing up. Good girl. Like I said, it's pretty thick. It's really thick. Brianna, do you want to stir a little bit? And then I'll stir a little more.
There. Did it.
Good job.
There
So,
you go.
so the end of the, after you put the, after you mix it, you're going to put it in the casserole. And then after that, you'll break a bag of chips and put it on top of the casserole.
Finishing touch.
Yes, finishing touch. Too, after you mix this up and put it in, before the chips, you can add another cheese layer right on top if you want.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
So extra cheesy,
Oh, yes, I
cheesy.
would.
Yes. I
Alrighty.
mean, people have to love cheese for this recipe.
There.
Okay, so,
I guess stick it in. Yeah.
yep, so the next part is you guys can go ahead and spoon this right into the dish. Okay? I'll have you guys take turns.
Go ahead.
Good job.
There.
Good job.
Yay. We got
Yeah,
it.
it's thick, isn't it?
I like your confidence, Brianna.
Yeah. Christine and Brianna are really good helpers. They love to cook, they enjoy it. I keep them busy, don't I, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Brianna. Puts a little more over on the end over there, honey. Good girl. All right. Good job, guys.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
So I'm
Thank
just going to
you.
set this over here, and we will add another dish later. Thank you. Okay, so if you want, I do have a little bag of cheese here. We can get that a little extra bag of cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer it right here real quick, and then I'll have you guys put the chips right on top, okay?
Okay.
All right. So here's the chips. They're already crumbled up. What you're going to do is just take the bag and just go to town. All right, they're already crumpled up, so go ahead and
Throw them on there, girls.
throw them on there. Yep. Yep, and then spread them out.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Spread them out. Go ahead.
Yes. That's great.
Okay.
So this dish here, I would say I would bake it a good 40, 45 minutes because it's really thick. So what we'll do is we'll put it in the oven, but I have the final product right here.
Like magic.
And girls, can you put a pot holder right there in the middle for me? And I'm going to do this step here because we're talking about a very hot dish.
Watch out. Hot. Look at that. Wow.
So as you can see,
Cool.
that batch that I just mixed up
Wow.
makes that amount. So it is good for a big family.
Wow.
And then also, it's great for leftovers as well, for lunch the next day or even for dinner for the next day.
Okay.
Yep. So
Well, we can't wait to try it.
it's going to be delicious.
Ladies, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mary Ann, thank you very much
Thank you.
for preparing today's food for Our Voice podcast.
Yeah.
I know that culinary arts is an essential part of the LEA New Haven curriculum.
Yeah.
And it'll continue to be that way because it helps our individuals with self-sufficiency and independence. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Girls, keep up the good work. So much more to learn in the future, so many more new recipes.
Oh, yeah. Endless ideas.
I'm Mike Leon. Until next time, take care. Let's eat.